process of him blowing up the balloon, they begin to look more familiar to an adult audience.
Yes.
Most adults who watch this scene might say that what they are seeing is something meant for an adult bedroom rather than in the mouth of a sea.
Yo, what's good guys? Calvin here. Today we're gonna be looking at 25 hidden messages in SpongeBob Squarepants. I'm getting a lot of DMs on my Instagram asking me to react to this video, so here it is. I really wonder what are some hidden secrets of SpongeBob, okay? So hopefully you guys can get this video early thumbs up. Really help out the channel, and yeah, let's get right in with the show.
SpongeBob Squarepants is one of the most successful animated television series out there. It's generated a whopping $13 billion over the years, and is without a doubt one of Nickelodeon's greatest successes. Created by marine science educator and animator Stephen Hillenburg, the show follows the lives of a couple of pals from Bikini Bottom with SpongeBob Squarepants himself at the wheel. While the gang gets themselves into all kinds of trouble through their wild escapades, the biggest trouble they get in is off-screen. Fans and critics of the show have pointed out that although the show is targeted at kids, there is a ton of adult humor that is far from age appropriate. Today, we will be looking at some creepy hidden messages in the show and explaining where the animators went wrong. Are ya ready, kids?
Aye, Captain! I love that.
Since its launch in 1999, SpongeBob Squarepants has become a pop culture phenomenon and has been named as the top-rated animated show for children with millions of viewers each month. While SpongeBob's target audience is kids ages 6 to 11, there are a bunch of jokes that are definitely not age appropriate. After rewatching some of the episodes, we are baffled that some of them got greenlit. The first theme that we will review that surfaces often is anatomy euphemisms. You might recall the scene where SpongeBob was buried under the sand except for his nose sticking out. Where Mr. Krabs approached him, he said that he hoped it was his nose, suggesting he might be having a little too much fun in the sun. While this scene may be meaningless to a young audience, the suggestiveness is not lost on us. Check yourself, Nickelodeon. We see you.
I love
the
what
next
you did
episode
there.
under inspection is called Gary Takes a Bath from Season 2. In it, SpongeBob tries to coax his pet snail into washing up, but is met with much resistance. He tries various methods to get Gary in the tub, such as throwing a ball into the tub and strapping a bomb to himself and telling Gary that if he doesn't get in, he'll explode. At one point, SpongeBob hands Gary a bar of soap and says, "Don't drop it." For those of you who don't know, this can be referencing a joke about prison life that we won't explain in detail here. If you are interested, ask a trusted friend. Because of this moment, the episode was banned in the UK and Australia, and nearly banned in the US, so you know it's serious business.
What? Why would you ban that innocent phrase? Like, don't drop it, you know, that was like very appropriate. It's not like very inappropriate, you know. They are not showing any titties or any junk or any private area, just soap. And SpongeBob said don't drop it. I mean, I don't know what is the problem here. Like kids like 6 or 10, they will definitely not get the reference.
The next episode in question is called Sailor Mouth from Season 2. In it, SpongeBob and Patrick overhear Mr. Krabs using a curse word. Don't worry, it's bleeped out by a dolphin sound. And are enthralled by it. The two friends then proceed to use the word with total reckless abandon and terrorize Bikini Bottom with their newfound vocabulary. When this episode aired, a group called the Parents Television Council were less than amused. They took it upon themselves to make a report stating that the show was promoting children using profanity. In their eyes, satirizing swearing was not a laughing matter, and they wanted to shut it down. Though the episode aired in 2001, they filed their official report in 2005. Funnily enough, before this incident, the PTC had named SpongeBob as one of the best children's television programs on air. It looks like they changed their tune. In 2000...
Oh my goodness. They just said one word and they beep it out with the dolphin sound. Look at the kids today. They watch TikTok every single day pretty much. And look at all the cuss words in there. They don't even beep it out. I mean, let's be honest here, okay? Kids that are 6 or 8, they probably understand every single cuss word from just listening to their parents or watching TikTok videos or YouTube videos. There is curse words everywhere, you know.
2005, NBC News released a story titled "TV Ads Contribute to Child Obesity" and argued that SpongeBob was part of the problem. They discussed that the friendly yellow sponge was being paired with junk food. that was predominantly high in calories and low in nutrition, a kind of diet that puts children's long-term health at risk. Imagine a kid going shopping with their guardian and seeing their old friend SpongeBob on a Pop-Tart box. Already the Pop-Tart is enticing by itself, but once you pair it with a kid's favorite cartoon, it becomes all the more alluring. The report asked Congress to confront advertisers for being so manipulative, and advocacy groups made plans to sue the production company for their unethical behavior. While there hasn't been any big victories that we've heard of, we are happy to see that Minions are being marketed with bananas now. Baby steps. The next example is a running joke that concerns SpongeBob's television. In multiple episodes, SpongeBob surfs through channels while Gary is in the other room. When he is alone, SpongeBob finds himself on a very interesting channel. What is shown on the screen is some very beautiful and somehow sensual sea coral that are swaying to music which SpongeBob watches intently. His eyes are wide as he watches, and is clearly mesmerized. When Gary walks in, he panics and switches the channel quickly to sports. What we can infer from this exchange is that what SpongeBob was watching was not G-rated.
Yes, he's probably watching porn right there, okay? It actually looked pretty normal to humans, but in SpongeBob world, it's not normal, okay? It is very, very inappropriate.
He is very frazzled and tries to play it off as a mistake, but what the animators are implying is that he was watching some adult television. Okay, we admit this isn't exactly a creepy hidden message, but we thought this next fact was worth mentioning. Did you know that SpongeBob wasn't always called SpongeBob? He originally had a different name entirely. We could have fallen in love with someone named, wait for it, SpongeBoy. Forget Spider-Man or Batman. SpongeBoy would have truly saved the day. Everything was set to go when the creators realized that it had been taken by a cleaning company. Voice actor Tom Kenny was the one who actually paired SpongeBob and Squarepants together, and since then, it's stuck. Stephen Hillenburg, the creator of the show, especially liked it because people would no longer think he was a piece of cheese who had found himself at the bottom of the ocean. Thus, SpongeBob was born, and thank God for that.
I kinda agree. I love SpongeBob name way better than SpongeBoy. I mean, SpongeBoy, it just sounds very, very generic. It doesn't have that ring to it. You know, SpongeBob, it sounds very unique. And it have that very satisfying ring to it. I mean, would you name your kid SpongeBob? Maybe, yeah, it sounds pretty cool, you know?
So as we learned, not all parents are keen on SpongeBob, but it looks like there is more to it than that. In 2011, a study was done by the University of Virginia that stated that SpongeBob is actually messing with kids' memory retention. Their study went like this. They got a group of 4-year-old children to watch SpongeBob for 9 minutes, and another group to draw. Then immediately after, they asked both groups to do problem-solving and behavior tests. The kids that were drawing had no noticeable abnormalities, but the kids who watched SpongeBob had impairment in their tests. Apparently because the camera cuts away so quickly and so often, it causes young children to have worse attention spans.
That's why TikTok is created, okay? TikTok, most of the videos are like 16 seconds, so all the young kids, their attention span is dropping really, really fast. So for the first 5 seconds, if it's not that interesting, they will skip it. So when they reach adulthood, that's probably what they're gonna happen, you know? TikTok is the main thing to blame, not SpongeBob, I think.
Lead investigator and psychology professor Angeline Lillard suggested that the children might be possibly identifying with the unfocused characters and adopting their characteristics themselves. You definitely wouldn't want your kid mimicking Patrick.
No.
Now, we would like to point your attention to a scene where SpongeBob is blowing up balloons. First off, these aren't just any balloons. They are not colorful, nor do they have any birthday messages on them. Rather, they're relatively colorless and...
Yeah, that look like condoms. I just gotta admit it. Why is it clear? They should have put some color on it. You know, disguise it a lot better, but they just left it transparent. And look at the shape. Oh my god. This is just terrible.
Very long in length. In the process of him blowing up the balloon, they begin to look more familiar to an adult audience.
Yes.
Most adults who watch this scene might say that what they are seeing is something meant for an adult bedroom rather than in the mouth of a sea sponge. While this could be a comment on how all our human garbage eventually finds its way to the ocean, we think it's actually just a dirty joke that was cleared by the censorship police. If you are a North American SpongeBob fan, chances are you've seen the scenes we're about to discuss. If you're from the UK, however, you never got a chance to see some of the scenes because of supposed inappropriate deviance. In the episode Life of Crime, the phrase getting nailed was understandably cut, and in Karate Choppers, a bit when Sandy Cheeks chopped a fish between her legs didn't even make it past storyboards. While definitely impressive, we agree that that moment was definitely uncalled for. Sadly, where Patrick and SpongeBob hold hands in the fry cook games, some countries decided that display of physical affection between men wasn't allowed, and it was cut. The cherry on top has to do with the episode Scaredy Pants, where SpongeBob gets his face shaved off. Is that really necessary? Did we need to see his exposed brain? Give us your answers in the comments. We're extremely interested to hear what you have to say about that one. Let's go back to people taking issue with Patrick and SpongeBob holding hands for a minute. There have been many assertions made that SpongeBob is gay, and because of all the unfortunate homophobia that is sweeping in the nation, many people challenged creator Hillenburg to speak up about his character's sexuality. In 2005, an evangelical group went as far as to boycott SpongeBob for being gay, and it added even more fire to the growing flame. Eventually, Hillenburg was forced to make a statement and decided to tell the fans that he saw his characters as somewhat asexual. Adding to that, Tom Kenny, the voice actor for SpongeBob, discussed in an interview that he saw SpongeBob as being naive and married to his job. All we have to say is that if that's the case, he would make a wonderful husband, making the best dang Krabby Patty Bikini Bottom has to offer. Next up, we'll be looking at the episode...
Wait, so he would say SpongeBob is gay and he is in love with Squidward? Him? I mean, look at him. He doesn't have like that nice of personality. He was like, man, he always hates SpongeBob so much. I don't see them together at all. You know, that was just too much.
SpongeBob, You're Fired. This was one of the most controversial episodes because it showed SpongeBob losing his job and going on unemployment benefits, which spurred conversation on whether the show was being critical or supportive of welfare users. While SpongeBob is gutted after leaving the Krusty Krab, Patrick shows him a brand new world of being unemployed, which includes getting free food and having ample time to play. Fox News said that the episode was a cautionary tale on the dangers of welfare abuse. They were quick to mock those on welfare and thought that the episode aligned with their beliefs. Al Sharpton of MSNBC had something different to say. He piped up and defended those on welfare and was very much the counter to Fox. The fact that SpongeBob can spark serious debates between news outlets deserves a round of applause. In 2009...
Well, I gotta give some credit to SpongeBob for people that is on welfare. You know, well, some people, they were just too lazy to go to work, so they apply for government assistance. But some people, they really need help. You know, some people, they always work so hard. I know both type of people. One group that works super hard and the other group that just stay home and rely on government assistance. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell notification, and my social media link is in the description below. And yeah, my name is Kelvin, and I'll see you guys next video.